Hello and welcome to Letters from Camp. We are back after a bit of a hiatus, but who wants to just hear people talk about camp during the summer when people are actually at camp doing it? So we have one of those people here today. I'm joined by Eric Gravelle. How are you this evening?
I'm well. How are you, Mike?
Fantastic. So Eric is a longtime staff member, and as always, we like to start with kind of getting your camp story. So tell us about, you were a camper, your staff years, what areas you've worked in, kind of the whole roadmap there.
Yeah, sure. So I was started as a camper in 2012, um, and I continued as a camper until 2015 when I was a CIT. Um, After 2015 and 2016, I worked I was transitional, so I worked in a bunch of the areas, but I broke my leg riding my dirt bike, so I only worked 5 weeks out of that summer out of the eight. And then from 2017 to 2023, I was on the waterfront. And for 2022 and 23, I was the waterfront director. 2024, I was the COPE director. And then this past summer, I was the climbing director.
Nice. And I know you also work at a climbing gym. So which came first, the climbing at the gym or at camp, and how did those kind of intertwine with each other?
Definitely the climbing gym that opened in 2019. So as soon as it opened, it was nearby my house, and I got very into it. I had wanted to always work at the climbing tower before that, but the waterfront just worked out. That's where they needed me, and I enjoyed it. But definitely the climbing gym first.
All right. So between, waterfront director and then cope and climbing, what are some of the challenges of those areas?
Well, they're both unique. Um, I right off the bat, cope and climbing. That's certainly a mentally physical, or sorry, a mentally challenging area for a lot of people. It can certainly be physically challenging, but the mental side of it is, really interesting to work with people on. Heights is a pretty big fear among a lot of people. So trying to overcome that is pretty awesome. Um, and then the waterfront, it's a lot of physical challenges to overcome, trying to pass the swimming test, doing water sports merit badge, learning all the lifeguard skills that you need to do for life-saving merit badge or, um, to become a lifeguard.
Did you find yourself kind of having the same leadership style in both of those areas, or did you have to kind of adjust anything, between the
Def
two?
Definitely had to adjust. The staff in the waterfront area is a lot larger, so there's a lot more to manage. And you'll have anywhere from 3 to 5 assistant directors helping you out. So it's a lot more of a reliance on everyone else to make sure the whole machine works. While you kind of oversee with the climbing and cope areas, it's a smaller staff, so you have a little bit more direct. Um, you know, you work a little bit more directly with all the campers and the staff to really make sure everything runs safely and smoothly.
So you are at the stage in life where you're transitioning from college to the real world. You're a recent graduate. Um, Congratulations, by the way. But how have the
Thank you.
skills from working at camp, helped or been an asset to you, like through this kind of transition, and as you're looking for, more permanent career type jobs?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it can go back to the commandments, of course. But ones that stick out to me especially is like a high attention to detail. I tend to notice I have a good attention to detail on small things, and a real drive using TKSI as a motto, right? That has certainly helped me out a lot, and a skill that I really appreciate coming from uh, Wanocksett. Um, and I think looking for jobs and moving forward, you know, just the social training of being at camp will really be a huge asset for me.
Um, since we're not too far removed from this summer, were there any highlights for you from the summer, or kind of any special memories you'll take with you from this summer?
Um, I think one that stands out right away is, on the climbing tower, we have just a fun little whiteboard that we write down the fastest time to go up the side of the tower. In this summer, we had a camper come who is a competitive speed climber. Um, so he was able to climb the tower in like 7.8 seconds or something. It was very, very fast. So that was awesome to watch.
That's awesome. Um, all right, moving into our lightning round, the set of questions we ask all our guests. So first off, what is your favorite camp song?
Uh, Rise and shine.
Classic, get you moving in the morning. It's good. How about your favorite camp skit?
The radio show skit.
Also classic. That's good. How about your favorite meal at camp?
Ooh, that's a good one. I really liked cold cuts this year. Crazy answer. No
That
one
is
else wanted
definitely
it, so I got all the cold cuts. It was good.
definitely the first time anyone's ever said cold cuts, but that they must have changed the supplier on that since I've been at camp. Um, and then what's your favorite place in camp?
The waterfront.
And then is there anyone who was particularly influential to you, maybe as a younger staff member, or anyone maybe served as like a mentor to you that you want to kind of shout out?
Yeah, definitely. I'd have to say it was Zach Relstab. He was my waterfront director in 2018, and I think he really had a huge influence in me continuing to work at the camp and in my work ethic and attitude towards work as well. I've kept in contact with him, up until present day. So, he's been a real big mentor in terms of figuring out career path and, where to go to school, things like that. So that's been great.
That's great. Um, yeah, I mean, you're one of the few people who's still at camp who was there when I still worked there. So it's good to see, that longevity of some staff members who are still kind of around, which is kind of one of the special things about Wanocksett is people stay and until either they have to get a real job or sometimes get a real job and then quit before the summer, however it might
Right.
work. Um, all right. Any kind of closing thoughts or any kind of things you want to share about camp?
Well, first of all, thank you for running this series. It's been great to listen to each month. Um, it's a great place. It only runs, it's a volunteer organization, and you know everyone coming out and watching these videos and helping work days. It's really awesome to see uh, everyone put in the effort to continue making this awesome place run.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also love the posters in the background.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, I mean we have a work day coming up in November. We're gonna have a kind of gathering reunion type event, so there'll be more details coming on that. Definitely want to shout out Nick Valentin, who is really kind of the engine behind the Alumni Association at this point. He's super organized and on top of everything, so he's doing a great job leading us forward. And also, Christopher Goyen and kind of the properties committee, making sure that things like work days are happening and for those who weren't at camp this summer, the flagpole project was definitely a highlight. So that must have been cool, kind of seeing that at Flag every day.
yeah, definitely.
But all right, awesome. Well, thank you, Eric, for joining me, and to all our viewers, make sure you tune in each and every month for letters from camp. All right, we'll see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.